we're gonna be doing a little market vlog today because I have some prep work to do, so I thought I'd bring you along on that journey. I'm doing a market on Saturday, which I just found out yesterday is actually going to be a night market. It was originally scheduled to be from 12 to 5 p.m. on Saturday, which I was kind of like, ugh, this sucks because it's been really hot. So I'm kind of feeling better about it being a market from 4 to 8 p.m. or something like that. But the issue is that I found out through Instagram stories, they still haven't emailed any of the vendors, and it is already midday on the Thursday before the market. The market is supposed to happen on Saturday, so we have 2 days to prepare. But I don't know if you've ever done a market, like let me know, how far ahead of time do you usually know what the setup times are and what the time of the market is going to be at? Since this is only like my third or fourth one, it's hard to say. As far as stuff I have to get ready is I have to mock up the canopy, and by mock up I mean actually set it up and put the tables down in the layout that I want. But that's probably not going to happen till tomorrow because we have some lights arriving tomorrow and some command strips that we're going to put on the canopy because we just found out it was going to be a night market. So we didn't have any sort of lighting prepared. This is our first outdoor event, so we're just kind of winging it and figuring it out as we go, which I think is how it goes for most people, honestly. I also have to make the last of the mugs and just generally figure out what odds and ends I'm missing. I'm hoping I remember to bring my camera because I don't like filming with my phone at markets just because my phone is busy being the POS. So I have my Shopify and then I have my card reader that's connected to my Shopify app. So let's just see how all that goes, I guess. I just made some new price display cards to replace the old one I have. This one doesn't have some of the products on there because I didn't have them in stock at the time that I made it. And some of the prices got updated. As you can see, I already put like a sticker over one of them. I'm just gonna put this in the frame so I can put this up on my display. I love how the frame looks here though. So I'm silly. I thought I had a few mugs left to make and sell at the market. Turns out I don't. But what I do have is a few seconds here. So I'm gonna take the stickers off of these and replace them with some, hopefully I didn't break that, with some better ones. I'm not giving up on this mug yet, but I am gonna take a break. It's just taking me a while because this is one of the designs that I know I went really hard pressing down on because this design is just a little harder to keep together. But I did finally get that email for details about setup and all that for the market. So I'm gonna go review that and I'll let you know if I have any other updates. Okay, I just reviewed the email. Everything's good. They even have like separate time slots for people to arrive and a video of like how to park, and honestly it's very detailed. I love it. I think I was just freaking out because I like knowing details way ahead of time. I'm gonna go eat lunch and then get back to prepping. Finally got that sticker off, so I'm just using a Clorox wipe to take all the gunk out. I'm so tired already. This is only 3 mugs, but it is so hot in here. I don't want to do any of this, but I'm ready. So I've got my vinyl sheets in here, my little stickers for the bottom of the mugs, my transfer tape, my sticky sheet. What's this called? I forget words. Cutting mat, and these little tools. So let's get started. stay where you are. Oh my god. Off by one letter again. I'm so upset. This is how I test how good my kerning is, huh? Going hard with this one. On the white backing. Oh my god. Woo! It worked. Okay, I finished the mugs. I also went through my list of stuff that I'll need to add to my bins that I ran out of. The only things left are stuff that I haven't even restocked on the online shop, so those literally don't exist. I think that's it for pop-up stuff today, so I'll see you tomorrow. We're about to set up the canopy. The lights aren't here yet, but we're gonna just leave it out here, see how it does throughout the day, and then when the lights get here, we'll install them. We're probably also gonna set up the tables right now, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, you just wrote this side toward rolling feet? Did you forget the word wheels?
Yeah.
Oh my god. We're labeling the box so we know how to put it away again.
4 brackets with center push bar.
I think we figured out the setup. The canopy is up. We put our sign back here. Before it was just like down here at the bottom, no one could really see it. And then we had this extra tablecloth, so I just decided to put it here as our sort of backdrop. We decided to hang our bags for display on the side. That way anyone walking by can kind of like see them. And that's kind of it. The table setups are pretty similar to what we already have. I decided not to add a third table. We're still waiting for the lights to get here so we could test that out. We just thought we'd put this out here first, see how it just fares for the rest of the day. And yeah, once it gets darker, we'll test out the lights. Also once they arrive. But yeah, hopefully Amazon delivers. The lights have arrived, so these are like cabinet lights that you can control with a remote control, and it has like the bright white and also the warmer lighting. They did come with magnet strips on the back, which is awesome. Now I don't have to use mine. I think the idea is that you put the magnet strip adhered to the wall and then you can take this on and off. But what I'm going to do is the opposite and adhere the magnet strip to this, and that way I can just put this onto the metal part of the canopy. So I'm going to adhere the strips now and then charge them, and when it starts getting a little darker, I think we'll set them up just to see if it even lights up enough. We got like 6 of them, so we'll see how that goes. It's late in the evening now. It is about to be 7 o'clock and looks like everything kind of stood the test of time, like nothing flew away. This backdrop is like flying a lot. I tried to add some weight to the bottom of it, but it didn't work that well, so we'll see what we can like weigh it down with when we're at the market tomorrow. I did end up taking a last minute trip to Five Below just to get some decorations because I don't really have anything cute. Anyway, I didn't find any decorations, but what I like about Five Below is that because that store's kind of targeted toward tweens and teens, they have a lot of colorful stuff, which my brand is very colorful. So I got these storage bins, which I like that they have like an opening at the front. So what I'm thinking of doing with these is displaying my greeting cards in here, because right now I have the little acrylic divider things and then I just stick them in there, and I'm still gonna put them in that. But because this is an outdoor event, I thought like, oh my god, what if like a gust of wind blows and they fly away? So I'm gonna put the little divider in here and then people can like look through the cards. I brought some of the stuff that might end up on these and they fit perfectly. So I got these in like a periwinkle blue and in pink. I also got these hanging hooks. I don't have like a use for them yet, but they seem useful and they're like in my brand colors, so I thought why not grab those? This was my soft taco. You don't know what a soft taco is. Let me tell you what a soft taco is in my language. One time my husband and I were like driving through Taco Bell. Haven't done that in a bit. And like, you know, we ordered the things we wanted, the good shit, the crunch wrap, the whatever else we get. So he listed all the items and then he decided to add a soft taco. And I was like, why? You don't like soft tacos from Taco Bell? I don't like soft tacos from Taco Bell. Like, why'd you order that? And he was like, I don't know. I just felt like I had to. For no reason. So now every time I buy something just because, like I wasn't even thinking, oh my god, I have to buy this, I just call it a soft taco. So this is my soft taco. It's one of those projection lamps. It works on USB. So I have my like USB phone charger thing. I'm gonna connect it to it and see how well it does. What I'm thinking of doing is whenever it gets dark, I'll project it behind us just so there's like more saturation behind us, and then I'll still have the white cabinet lights in front of us, in front of the products, so everything can be clearly seen. I'm gonna try setting this up now, and then I'll also put up the cabinet lights, and we'll see how everything looks. It's now 8 p.m., which is the time we'd start breaking down tomorrow. And it hasn't even gotten fully dark yet. The sun is barely almost about to set. These lights do make a little bit of a difference though, I will say. Like they lit up this table pretty nicely. And even the one in the back, you can tell like if I cover it, it looks different. So yay, the test worked out. I'll see you tomorrow.
This is the hot girl summer that you wanted?
No.
That's the one you're getting.
It is 4:01. We finished setting up not too long ago. Already made a couple sales. One sale? Two? One sale. But 2 items. I didn't record any of that because I was hot and hangry. Still hangry, but we brought sandwiches. So I'm gonna start eating that before it starts getting busy here. So far so good. Now that we're settled in and in the shade, I'm feeling way less crappy. All right, I'm gonna do a little tour of my table. It's pretty much a table setup because that's all I have, but I did do a little L-shaped thing. I'll show you right now. So over here I have my bags displayed and you can get them right here. They're all folded up. Then I have my No Manches packs. Normally I have these sitting horizontally, but because I got this new stand for them, I had to print out different labels. These are all like our seconds and returned items and things like that. Over here we have our sticker spinners. We ran out of the arroz one, so I had to just double up on the frijoles. And then these are actually the most popular ones. After that, we have all of our mugs. You saw me make those. There they are in all their glory. Down here we have our greeting cards, which you can just kind of like look through them and see which ones you like, as well as some notepads and the magnetic meal planner, which if you haven't seen, I posted in one of the studio diaries how I made those. I ended up putting a mug of our business cards because normally we just have them sitting here like that, but it's been pretty windy, so I just wanted them to be somewhere where they'd be a little more safe. More notepads, more magnetic meal planners. Here's the spinner with our pens and our boba straws, and in the back of it we have all of our acrylic and enamel pins. And if you move over here, this is where we have all of our free books. And then back here is all of our mess. But this is basically my packing station. Normally I have everything set up like bags, tissue, and other stuff. But once again, because it's been windy, I just kind of kept it all inside this bag. Like as you can see, this tissue's already trying to fly away. Yeah, that's it. This is the view from where we're at. Oh, someone with their water bottle here. Hello. We have like 10 minutes till closing, and sales like picked up toward the end of it. Also, we got a free hot dog from this hot dog vendor that just happened to be walking by. My husband just kind of like looked at it and like,
makes me want a hot dog real bad.
The guy kind of saw him eyeing it and was like, do you want it? Like, the person I was supposed to be delivering this to, I can't find them, so we just got a free hot dog. So life is good. Things picked back up. We have a little bit of a lull in customers, so I'm gonna take my bite and get back to trying to sell more. Good morning. It is now the Tuesday after the market, which was on Saturday, so I'm just gonna give you a little rundown of how it went, and then we can finally close off this video. When we got there, I want to say it was pretty well organized. They gave us a specific time slot to show up at, and then we just had to unload and then move the car somewhere else. So luckily for that, it was a very easy setup. It went very smoothly. I think just the one big issue I had nothing to do with the event holders or the venue or anything. It was just that it was extremely hot. Not really much we could do about the weather. I can't send Mother Nature an email and be like, I have an event this weekend, can you just not? I don't do well in the sun at all. Once the weather starts being like 84, 85 degrees and up, I lose all my energy and my will to kind of do anything. But I pushed through it. I set up. We did have one issue, which was that the stickers started flying away from the spinners that we had them on. So we had to quickly MacGyver a solution for that. And because we had to spend time figuring all that out and putting them on all the stickers, that kind of took up a lot of our time setting up the display. So we literally finished almost right at 4 o'clock. So I'm very glad we got there right on time and were able to take advantage of the whole time we were there setting up. As far as the type of event that it was outside of this food hall area off of a main street, so it was kind of cool. They blocked the street off so that the vendors could be there, so we got a lot of foot traffic from people who were just going to eat at that food hall because you would be going there anyway, and of course people who wanted to support the local vendors. Most of the other vendors I noticed, and I noticed this last time because we did a little walkthrough just to see if we'd be interested in doing the event, they were mostly apparel and jewelry, so I was kind of one of the only like stationery ones, which I think might be a good thing because I don't have a lot of competition. One fun thing we noticed was because we had that table of free books, a lot of people would come and get the free books and then be like, well, I took a book, so now I gotta buy something. And we were just like, no, you don't have to. Like, that was never really our intent. We just wanted to give away all these books, but it really sorry, my cat is over here playing with a little piece of plastic. Anyway, the books did a great job at drawing people in and making a few sales. Something that was different about this event is that a lot of people were trying to pay with cash, which I didn't expect. And we don't usually take cash just because it's easier to keep track of sales and stuff when there's a transaction on Shopify. Plus, I didn't have any change to give them if they did pay with cash. So I think I'm gonna have a bigger sign next time that we're cashless only. Now, was this event worth it? Well, it kind of depends. It cost me $125 just to table there. We ended up making about $388, so minus that would be $268 for the 4 hours that we were selling. But that doesn't take into account cost of goods, amount of time we spent setting up and breaking down, amount of time we spent preparing for it during the week before that. So realistically, we made a little bit of profit or barely broke even. But I think it's good to sort of get my name out there and get a new audience. Plus, I would probably just be sitting at home on a Saturday watching TV, so I might as well be trying something new and seeing what I learned from it. I think it was time well spent, so we're gonna try it again, see what we can improve. But now that I know that I'm capable of doing outdoor markets and night markets, I think that opened up a bit more in terms of opportunities locally, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe or just hit the like button. That's the easiest way to show me you watched this and you like this, even if you're not the type of person to leave a comment. But if you are, let me know how you're doing. If you've done a market, what was your first night market experience like? Have you done one before, or are you just like a indoor 6-foot table kind of girly? And if you don't have a business, what do you look for when you're out shopping at these kind of markets? Once again, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day and I'll see you next time.